like read this at the beach, read this at the pool. It's kind of nasty. I can almost tell you with complete certainty that I will not read this month. Like, I have literally no desire. Hello and welcome to my super unglamorous July TBR. I'm sitting here with my bed unmade and my sheets are in the washer and my air conditioning is broken. So it is in fact 80 degrees in my apartment and outside it's damn near 100. So with those two things being said, we are letting the show go on doing my TBR video. I'm hoping you don't hear my 3 fans on in the background. And you might be asking, why are you wearing a sweatshirt then? Because I hate t-shirts and I'm doing my laundry, so I don't have any clean. I've got my water here in front of me just in case. And here we go. I have not done one of these in a while because I tend to never, ever stick to my TBR. Never stick to my TBR. So we are going to be making one for July and hoping we get to it. There's a few books on my radar that I would like to get to that I have like Libby audiobooks for or would like to pick up, maybe consume in the month. Alas, we shall see. That is a July problem. We're just going to make that TBR today. I do in fact have my trusty TBR jar here, and we're going to be using this guy to pick my TBR. I have a few new prompts in here. Some of them are literally just the book, like the book title, and then some of them are like prompts in which we can like be up for interpretation and choose a different book based on the prompt. This past month I've read about 13 books, going on 14, so maybe I'm thinking we choose 6 because the only thing I'm doing is vacationing and working, and this month I've been really popping off with the reads, so hopefully we have a good amount of time next month. And I still would like to leave some room to do just like optional books where I just like feel like picking them up, so I pick them up. My current rule, because if you didn't know, I'm doing a series called the TBR Diaries in which I'm trying to finish all of the books on my physical TBR on this cart. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a series in which I read my physical TBR, but there's some rules. Every 3 books that I read, I can pick up 1 book that's not on my physical TBR. And I'm not allowed to be buying new books unless I pick them up and read them as that like 3rd book rule. Like I can't just buy something to add to my TBR, except for my new pre-order releases. And I'm allowed to like pre-order more books, but I cannot just go buy books. We'll see if I stick to it, but we're gonna pick 6 prompts from this jar and hopefully you will see me read them in July. We're gonna pick our first prompt right here. I'm gonna try and give you some ASMR. This happens to be just a book title. We have a chunker right here. We have a big girl. City of Gods and Monsters by Kayla Edwards. This is the book in question. I want to say it's damn near 800 pages. Am I any less excited to read it? No. I've heard that this is a fantasy set in a modern setting, which is called, I always lose this word, an urban fantasy. There we go. And I am very excited to pick it up. I really want to get into this series. I've heard very good things about the MMC, and the 4th book, I believe, out of 5 is coming out relatively soon, so I would love to purchase. And I believe that they are currently indie published. Could be wrong. I would love to buy all the indie published versions. So it says, death is only the beginning. Lauren Kalla has only ever been ordinary. As a human struggling to survive in a city that caters to the needs of vampires, werewolves, witches, and other supernatural creatures, she always assumed her life would remain simple, predictable, and as safe as her world would allow, until she barely escapes abduction at the hands of dark slayers, supernatural bounty hunters that possess the sight, a magical tracking ability that allows them to see a person's aura, and one of her friends is taken in her place. The abductors are demanding a ransom, Lauren's life, in exchange for her friend's safe return. Lauren will do whatever it takes to get her friend back, even if it means accepting help from Dorian Castle. Darien Castle, not Dorian. The leader of the 7 Devils, the most feared dark slaying circle in the city. Darien specializes in tracking down demons and criminals that are better off dead than alive. So when he takes a job to track down Lauren and finds out she is a human and couldn't hurt a fly if her life depended on it, he decides to protect her instead of turn her in for a reward. As much as Lauren doesn't want to admit it, Darien is her best and only chance of finding her friend alive if she can somehow manage to get along with him and not fall head over heels in love with him in the process, which is far easier said than done. When more women start disappearing and some of them slowly turn up dead, Lauren and Darien's search for answers takes them deep into Angel Theme, I don't know, corrupt underbelly, where they discover a dark secret that threatens to unravel their world. And when tragedy strikes, Lauren learns that love can make an ordinary person do extraordinary things. I am already seeing the similarities to Crescent City, but am I complaining? No. I do want to see what this is about, and I am ecstatic. Time to pick prompt number 2. Oh, 1 fell out, so we're just going to go with that one. It appears to be one of the ones that we get to use our imagination for, so let's see what it is. A book/author that is OG book talk. We have a few options for this. Let me pull them and get back to you. Here are the 2 books that I've selected. One I think fits the prompt better. but one I really want to read. First, we have A False Start by Elsie Silver. I'm feeling that Elsie Silver she's not super OG book talk, but she is book talk. Like, it is undeniable that the Chestnut Spring series was all over book talk, so I feel like it could be an option. But the second option, Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. I feel like Penelope Douglas is OG book talk, Punk 57, but then also Birthday Girl was in that kind of like Punk 57, Penelope Douglas wave. I feel like this is kind of like fun. Like, read this at the beach, read this at the pool. It's kind of nasty. I feel like I have my answer like in my heart of hearts, but also this would be undeniably finishing a series. And I've been trying to finish series before I start new ones. And I already have like a new series to start on the TBR. Thinking. If we're gonna go with what fits the prompt best, I feel like you have to go with Birthday Girl. I read a Penelope Douglas book this month, and was it good? No. But did I have a really fun time? Yes. So I feel like we have to do this. Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas enters the realm of our July TBR. I'm sweating my fucking ass off. Holy shit, it's hot in here. Okay, let's pick our next prompt. A book with orange on the cover. I'm gonna have to do some searching. I'm kind of in like a fantasy mood, so let's look on my fantasy shelf. Heavenly Bodies doesn't really have orange, neither does Phantasma, that's more like red. Does the Bridge Kingdom have orange? I know the second book is orange. No, that's definitely like really blue. Seal of an Elf King doesn't. Ashes in the Star Curse King doesn't. How Does It Feel? No. The Awakening? No. Ariadne? Yes. But am I in the mood for Ariadne? Not really. We could do Never by Jessa, definitely has orange. That's just pink. Let's look at the back of the cart. I could have pulled the new Emily Henry book, The Great BBL. I literally just started reading it, so it's kind of out of the running here. That has orange, but I don't really want to read it. There's a lot of books that have orange on the cover, but I don't want to read them. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and go with Never by Jessa. I recently purchased the audiobook on Audible because it was like on sale and it was like $2. So I did purchase this, and this cover is actually one of the most aesthetic covers I think I've ever seen in my life. I love Peter Pan to death, and I do want to make up my own opinion about this book because I've heard a lot of mixed reviews. Only read one Jessa book, and I feel like it'd be interesting to read one of her more recent works and then go back and read the Magnolia Parks universe. So I think Never by Jessa Hastings is going on the TBR. I just scratched my face right here and it's gonna get really red really quick. That's 3 prompts down and 3 to go. Look, it's already getting really red. It looks like someone slashed me or like a cat scratched my face. No, it was just me. Prompt number 4. Oh my god, another one fell out. It's fate. It's like tarot reading where cards just fly out of the deck and you're like, oh, that one. I think that might have been upside down, but it says a book you wouldn't normally reach for. Oh, yeah. So we have a few options for this. I'm thinking one would be Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton because it's a memoir, and while I love memoirs, they're not something that I pick up quite that often. The second one that's drawing me in is going to be The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo. Now, this one I'm picking because this is more like of a fall read, and I'm in the dead middle of summer right now, and my AC is broken. Oh, it does have orange on the cover. I thought this was red. Whoops, I guess we could have picked that. Whatever, it's fine. I would normally be drawn to this because it's dark academia. Leigh Bardugo's adult books are a little bit more thought-provoking, and that's all fun and games in the fall. In the summer, I want something that's going to challenge me about zero. I think, though, as of right now, I'm gonna go with Everything I Know About Love because I have the Libby hold. I just got it in. I have like 2 weeks to read it, and because I have a time limit, I know I will get to it. And I've been wanting to read this forever. It's on my 25 books to read in 2025. So I feel like I have to go with this one. Book number 4 on the TBR. Now for prompt number 5, I really did damage to my face there. Like really bad. It's getting really fucking hot in here. Maybe we'll pull like a specific book. Please let it be a good one. I can almost tell you with complete certainty that I will not read this month. Like, I have literally no desire to read this. I literally pulled it earlier. I picked it up and I said, I'm not in the mood to read this. If you didn't see, it's tomorrow, and tomorrow. Or tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. Whatever the fuck the title is by Gabrielle Zevin. Do I want to cheat and put it back? Do I want to cheat and put it back? But it would be so satisfying to get this off the TBR. I have it on hold on audio. I wonder how many more weeks I have until I get it. We'll just put it on there. God damn it. Darn. I didn't really want to read this month. Maybe it'll change my life. Maybe it will. All I know is it's about video game designers. So let's read the back and see if it intrigues me. On a bitter cold day in December of his junior year at Harvard, Sam Messer exits a subway car and sees, amid the hordes of people waiting on the platform, Sadie Green. Calls her name. For a moment, she pretends she hasn't heard him. But then she turns, and a game begins. A legendary collaboration that will launch them to stardom. These friends, intimates since childhood, borrow money, beg favors, and before even graduating college, they've created their first blockbuster. Ichigo? Overnight, the world is theirs. Spanning 30 years, from Cambridge to Venice Beach, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow is a dazzling novel that examines the multifarious nature of identity, disability, failure, the redemptive possibilities in play, and above all, our need to connect, to be loved, and to love. Yes, it is a love story, but it is not one you have read before. Am I even intrigued by this? I would almost say no, but I've heard amazing things about it, so I'm conflicted. I mean, I'm going to put it on the TBR, but I'm conflicted if I want to read it at all. Like, I almost unhauled this book. But I guess if I don't read it this month, I will unhaul it by the end of the month. A book off the TBR either way. Last prompt. Let's please make it a good one. Okay, we're getting a lot of little ones up at the top. Maybe we should do that. I don't know. I think I'm really gonna reach in there and pick something that, like, oh, I just spelled like 8. Maybe I'll pick out of these 8 that fell out. It's fate, I guess. I'm terrified. It's a specific book. This is one that I wanted to read because it gets a series off my list. And it gives me another romance. A False Start by Elsie Silver. This is the final book in the Gold Rush Ranch series. The only other book I need to read from Elsie Silver to be caught up on her backlist and every book she's ever written. I am thrilled. And look at this. Gorgeous, beautiful, a work of art. And I'm super excited to check it off my series tracker for real. I need to get this Barnes & Noble exclusive cover thing off. This one follows Nadia, Stefan's brother. I love Stefan in the last book. I just read that, like, I want to say last week. And then Griffin. It's a brother's best friend trope. You know I'm here for that. I think there's like age gap in it, which would be super duper cute. He kissed his best friend's little sister, and the world stood still. That night, they were two perfect strangers, the town's grumpy recluse, and a gorgeous girl in the back of a bar. Until they weren't, because Nadia Delka isn't just some girl. She's the only girl Griffin Sinclair can't have. 14 years younger than him and completely off limits. After their forbidden kiss, Griffin's plan is to stay away, but the universe keeps pushing them together. It's like some sort of cosmic joke to give him a taste of something so electric, so real, something that breathed life back in him because he can look, but he can't touch her again. But with her sinful curves, her lighthearted laughter, and her secret wild side, Griffin is addicted to every last bit of her. And when she turned those sultry eyes on him, the one so full of longing, so free of judgment, well, he's always considered himself a strong man, but for her, he's weak. To give in to their connection would be a betrayal. Griffin's life is beyond complicated, and Nadia has the world at her fingertips. Her brother is the only family she has left. And as sad as it sounds, he's also Griffin's only friend. But he kissed her again anyway. So Griffin. I'm thinking this is gonna be good. Last book to go on the TBR. So these 6 books are going to be my July TBR. Let's go through them all, do some reorganizing on the cart, and put everything where it needs to go. My July TBR consists of A False Start by Elsie Silver, City of Gods and Monsters by Kayla Edwards, Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin, Never by Jessa Hastings, and lastly, Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. That is it. That is my July TBR. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a great time. I'm gonna go chug some water and sit in front of my fan. Thank you so much. I hope to see you in another video. Bye.